I want to talk about free markets a little bit, and this is one of the interesting things. So, all of the greatest economies in the world, no matter what their political system, are a free market economy. There are countries that that actually are more socialist, that are more communist, and they still have free market economies, and that's why they boom, right? Because they have less control and less structure on business. They allow businesses to do what they need to do. You want to talk about, some of these Nordic countries, they're actually freer economically than we are. That's the ridiculous part. They know not to screw with the money cow. You don't mess with that. You got to leave it alone, otherwise the entire thing crumbles. And I mean, they're feeling the crumble in other ways themselves, even before this pandemic, happened. And we need to refocus our efforts after we handle the tyrannical rules that have come down and the tyrannical leaders who have placed those. We need to refocus on getting our economy freed up again and allowing the free market to do what it does, because it is the best the best self-correcting machine. You want to talk about somebody who's being a racist, right? Refuses to serve black people or refuses to serve homosexuals or whatever. You know how that's fixed? Somebody else sees that, and it's an opportunity. Anytime somebody's doing something stupid, they open up an alternative business. That's what happens. And so long as you don't have government interference, you can do that. Where you have government interference in pharmaceuticals, in medical care, in internet services like Facebook, that then becomes impossible because they make it so strict and so impossible for the free market to operate in those areas that nobody can possibly compete. So we have to fight to remove that and get rid of those government controls and those basically government-granted monopolies and get it back to, the economy that it should be. So, and that's really the issue. Like, the government is not supposed to be involved in economy. Like, per the U.S. Constitution, I want to read this. Let's see. Here we go. So this is Section 8 of Article 1, right? Section 8, Article 1. So it's early on in the Constitution. It says, the Congress shall have power to lay and collect taxes, duties, imposts, and excises, to pay the debts and provide for the common defense and general welfare of the United States. But all duties, imposts, and excises shall be uniform throughout the United States. Okay? It has to be equal everywhere. And then it goes on to say, this is second line, skip a line here, to regulate commerce with foreign nations and among the several states and with Indian tribes. So, what does that mean? Does that mean the U.S. government can regulate your state? No, they can regulate state to state commerce. So, you have for example, the what was it? Tommy Chong, he was selling bongs to different states, and he unfortunately sold some to a state where it was illegal. Well, then that's when the federal powers can come in and say, nope, you're not supposed to do that. That's illegal. That's where they can interfere, right? Not in your state, not in a state. Their job is to be the overseeing body, so that if from state to state you're trying to escape, the laws of one state by being in another, then there is still some punishment. You can't, kidnap a girl and drive to the next state and then you're free, that kind of thing, right? Same thing with business. You can't, scam somebody and then move to another state and then, oh, you can't get me. So that's where they can really regulate commerce among the several states. So amongst them, not in it, but amongst them. So, and that is an important factor to remember. They don't get to interfere. And even at a state level, they're not supposed to mess with this stuff. And I covered that a little bit yesterday, but we're not going to get into that too much now. So that's really what my message is guys. I talked to somebody had a great idea. Post on our website where we have a list of businesses on the website that are open, what their rules and what their regulations are as far as masks and social distancing and whatever, to help promote them. The problem is I talk to somebody and I don't want to also make them a target. I don't want to give these tyrannical leaders an easy target to go after. So, for that reason, we're not going to do that. But in each and every city, we should do that. We should have a list of known businesses that are not willing to comply, that are willing to stand up against the tyranny, open their businesses in any state that's not already, and just move forward. And we need to be supporting them. Each other need to be supporting each other. And go talk to a local business around you. Tell them, open up. I support you. I'll be there. I will shop it there. I will protect you. You got a problem? I'll be there. The guy I was talking to, he actually was working with the lady down in Dallas, the salon owner that's having some trouble. He has from what he said, he's got a camera crew down there now, pretty much 24/7 whenever she's open, and the police won't mess with her now. So, that's the kind of thing we need. We need people who are there willing to film the police if they're going to come mess with somebody, who are willing to shop there, who are willing to stand there with guns, if needed, legally. And defend that business from the tyranny and the police state that we have going on. So that's what I want you guys to take out of this is to connect up with your neighbors, connect up with those in your city or your district or whatever. Connect up with them and let them know that you support them, that you are there for them. That's really where we have to go with this, and that's the only way we're going to come out of this economic disaster, this financial destruction that has been put on all of us.